Hello, I'm Gareth Walker and I'm here for the West Yorkshire Football Show with some reaction to Bradford City's 1-1 draw last night at home to Barrow. The reason I'm doing it today is because last night I wasn't really in the mood to do a match reaction video when I got home from the game. So I thought I'd digest it a little bit, see if I felt any different today. And I can honestly say that I don't. What an awful game of football that was. Two terrible sides, both on winless runs. Both struggling for any consistency. But anyway, we'll focus on Bradford, and I think we were second best to a terrible Barrow side. 1-1, probably just about fair, even though we were second best, but we were so slow, so lethargic, so ponderous, struggled to create anything. I know there's a bad atmosphere around the club at the moment. People aren't happy with the current run of form. It just feels like we're in a situation that we get ourselves into every single year, no matter who the manager is. Where disgruntlement starts gaining momentum when we hit a bad run of form. And it's fair enough, we're in a terrible run of form. I think we're 1 winning 7, 1 winning 8, and that was against Aldershot in the FA Cup first round. I think recently the disgruntlement's gone up a notch just because obviously we conceded that 100th minute goal away at Colchester to throw 2 points away, and then we got knocked out of the cup at Morecambe, who were bottom of the Football League, and then last night sort of capped it all off with just an absolutely horrendous game of football, a horrendous performance from Bradford City, and we were lucky to come out of it with a point. Like I said, just so slow, so ponderous. The team selection looked all wrong to me. It's good that we're starting to get players back from injury, but I thought that Patterson and Odoa were absolutely terrible as the two number 8s. For me, Jamie Walker and Bobby Poynton, they might not have been great at Morecambe, but they are our two best options as number 8s. We have to stick with them. Odoa and Patterson both been out, haven't started a game for quite a while, so it's questionable to put them in as starters together. And I thought that was a big reason that we lost the midfield battle in the game. We looked short in midfield. I thought Barrow were the better side in midfield, and they probably had the better chances throughout the game. It's a poor goal that we concede, getting beat, 2 defenders and the keeper both getting beat at the near post. And then we made some changes straight after the goal, although Alexander says he was making those before they scored anyway. And then Poynton's come on, Poynton and Walker, and Poynton in particular has changed the game. He's shown the effort, the desire, the energy that everyone else wasn't showing, really, and he's put the rest of the team and probably everyone else associated with the club at the moment to shame, because if it wasn't for Poynton, we don't get a point out of last night's game. Obviously, we got the equaliser with 11 minutes to go, and daft as it sounds, I think Jason put in his Width Reports match report that, we probably would have gone on and won the game if there'd have been 5 or 10 minutes more to play, and that would have been totally undeserved because we were terrible, and like I said, the game only changed when Poynton came on. It's a great bit of skill, a great cross, and fantastic header from Andy Cook. We're a little bit, I've heard people say it, we're a little bit Andy Cook FC at the moment. If he don't score, nobody else does, so we're going to have to find a solution to that on Saturday when he's suspended at Crewe for his 5th booking last night. But team selection just wrong in midfield, no energy, ponderous, players lacking match fitness, particularly Patterson and Odoa, and I didn't think the full-backs or the wing-backs, Ben and Richards, were as effective as they have been before. Maybe there's a lack of confidence there because of the current run that we're on. All I can say is that I'm just sick of hitting this situation every single year where we have a manager for a year, 18 months, and then we hit a bad run and everything turns toxic and negative, and it just seems to be like a repeating cycle that we get ourselves into, and that's why I'm reluctant to back these calls to change manager, because I really don't think it makes any difference. I think we change manager, whoever we appoint will be in the same position in a year's time like we have been the last 2 or 3 years. I think we need to try something different. I know I'm not really convinced myself. It's awful to watch, and Alexander's, like I said, question marks raised over him and his team selections at the moment, but I think we need to try something different and stick with somebody for a bit, see if we can sit this run of form out and find our way through it like we have done a little bit with Alexander before. I'd like to think that getting some players back to fitness, giving him more options, gives him a chance to finally find his best 11, because that's the only excuse he can have at the moment for not playing his best 11 week in, week out. Either he doesn't know it or he's not been able to do it because of injuries. Well, that injury excuse is going to be gone soon, because players are now coming back to fitness. Kelly was on the bench last night. Baldwin came on as a sub. Obviously, Patterson played. I believe that Sarcevic isn't far away, so we're getting players back now, and we've got to find our best 11. We've got to stick to that best 11 for a while, get some confidence in the side, and see if we can pick up some results, because it's pretty grim at the moment. We desperately need a partner for Andy Cook. Goodness knows what we're going to do on Saturday, but someone's going to have to step up, otherwise we're going to be totally and utterly toothless up front. But for me, yeah, Patterson and Walker need to be starting as the left-hand-sided 8. Sorry, not Patterson. Poynton and Walker need to be starting as the left-hand-sided 8 and the right-hand-sided 8, respectively. No messing about. We need to get back to what we were playing at the end of last season. I think last season, when we were playing Poynton as the left-sided 8 and Walker as the right-sided 8, it worked. Goodness knows why we've not really done that this season consistently. We've moved away from what we did at the end of last year. And then hopefully find a partner for Cook if Kavanagh or Sanderson can step up, but both have struggled so far. We know Tyler Smith's not good enough. We know Verdane Oliver's only good enough to be Andy Cook's backup. So it's going to be up to Sanderson or Kavanagh to step up. Kavanagh was a little bit brighter than Sanderson last night, but both look absolutely shot for confidence. Haven't scored a goal for ages. And if they can't find the feet between now and January, we're going to have to rectify that in the market and find a strike partner for Cook somehow in the transfer market. But yeah, really depressing at the moment. Like I said, just got to find a regular 11 that he trusts, find his best 11, try and stick with it for a while and hope that we pull through this bad run of form. Onwards and upwards with the West Yorkshire Football Show.